Ooh, Wasabi Gazers, me, Chance Dillon here to talk books, specifically these books. Now, okay, here's the deal. My reading, we're on Hyperion. I am yay into it. My reading, I'm not going to conjure fake reading. We're about 60 pages in right now. My reading has been slow. I pick this up every day. Occasionally, I'm in the first of the stories that is in Hyperion. If any of you are familiar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I'm also not finding that I don't have as much time. I'm not giving myself as much time to read, which I'm intent on switching. So we'll see how that goes this next week. You will see next week where I'm at in the Hyperion journey. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Book Street Boys, I have the Discord link in my description below. You guys can check that out. Join. There's read-alongs over there. Also, the general chat is always going, always popping, as the kids say. Oh, I completely forgot. I have all of these I have 3 of these boxes to unpack. Maybe I'll just do it as I speak here about Mercy, The Hallowed and the Damned, the 3rd volume. Now, to speak about that properly, I'm going to have to dive into the word count and where I'm at. The final word count for the first draft of Mercy, The Hallowed and the Damned was 154,000, roughly, words. In that range, you guys will see my newsletter tonight. You can go sign up at chancedillonauthor.com to the newsletter. These are always wrapped so well, so this is going to be interesting. And I had to do the task of going in. There's several perspectives inside of the 3rd volume that I wrote that are actually going to be completely taken out of the 3rd volume and put into the 4th volume. And what that means is that I now have 50,000 some odd words in the 4th volume of Mercy, in the Mercy Saga, which is very, very exciting. Okay. I'm going to unpack that. I'm going to just make sure I get everything out of the boxes first, and then we'll rip them out. I know what this one is. 5 Warrior Angels, baby. Oh, let's go. Beautiful artwork there. Well, once I open it. So, 54,000 some odd words in the 4th volume. I swear I know how to open things, guys. And that's exciting because that means that roughly, I want to say a third, 25 some odd percent. I think it's 25% of the 4th book is effectively written, drafted at the very least. That means that the 3rd volume, is 100,000 some odd words. Okay, just for reference. Now, that would imply that there's quite a bit more to dive into in the perspectives that I did keep, which I'm actually, now that I've sort of quantitative, it's quantitative for me to look at the word count. It does make me happy I went with that choice to pull those POVs because that gives me some time to dive into some perspectives more, unfurl. I'm going to use the word furl reluctantly. Unfurl the story more and give us some deeper character moments, deeper character connection with the characters that we do have in the 3rd volume, which has me very excited because that means that it's a good practice for me as a writer to kind of dive more into character voice of people that I want to explore a little bit more. Oh, man, this is going to be so cool. I know it. Okay, don't mind me. I got 3 bookmarks of which I love these bookmarks. Holy hell. I'll show you guys really quick. Look at that. In life as in war, more is lost when hope dies than by a cold steel and slaughter. Come on, Brian Lee Durfee. The best show on TV. Okay, that's that one. And then one more, guys, I'm going to unwrap, and then I'll show you exactly what we got. Okay, I am not, obviously, as you can tell, I'm not a cutter, editor, whatever. I don't do that. This is just one raw take, and it's how we roll. It's how we roll here. This is the best example of that ever, I think. So, 100-some-odd-thousand words in the 3rd volume. And we're going to go in. I just finished the first 4 chapters, including the 3 in the before and the first chapter. I actually put that up over my Patreon for Runeboard members. You can look at the first 40 pages of the 3rd volume. They will change. It's still sort of the first draft. I call it the first draft. We'll call it the first draft for sake of argument. I put them up there in a PDF for you guys to check out so you get a sneak peek of what we're getting into in the 3rd volume, which has me very, very excited, actually. I just, again, read through it today, up through the first chapter and the end of it. And this is going to be harder than I thought to cut. I don't have a knife. There we go. Okay, we got it. And so, oh, what is this? What? Demon Star by Jesse Erikson. This has been sitting here. Man, look at that dust jacket. That is so sick. And congrats to Jesse Erikson with the deal with Broken Binding. Just so cool. Wow, I'm actually really happy I have a copy of this. This is one that I've been meaning to check out. Now I know my reading speed has been slow, but it's one that I'm looking forward to eventually reading, which is great. So I will be diving back into the third volume. I am currently diving back into the third volume. Gave myself a day yesterday, took off, as one does, and just sort of relaxed, gave myself a breather, and in so doing, came back today with some fresh eyes. And yeah, I think I'm very much looking forward to going through this second volume, diving into these perspectives, and seeing where that takes us, seeing what that opens up in the story. There's some cool reveals that you sort of play with as you go in the writing process. In the third volume in particular, there's a name of a character that I reveal earlier, like somebody knows the name of the character that I sort of don't want them to know because I think the reveal would be cooler. So that's just sort of a sneak peek, I suppose, for what's to come. Oh, sorry about that if that is loud. Oh, man. Oh, geez, just come on. You know, this one has me amped, actually. Oh, man. Everything a demon learns, it learns from us. What we've become is a horror of our own making. Very cool. Now we're going to open our Brian Lee Durfee books. And I'm going to have to throw out all this trash. Incredible. It's like Christmas, though. Kind of. You know? So, yeah, guys, that is the update for the third volume. And now I guess the fourth volume, I'll be throwing that up in the newsletter as well as sort of just like an updated version of how the newsletter will be formatted. I'll structure it so we have the full word count of the initial back part of the duology, both volumes. That word count, which was 154. Oh, my God. I love these covers. This cover artist. Ugh. I know. Yes, I emailed them earlier when I was doing my own. I did email them. I don't think I got an answer. I also think they would have been too expensive for me. That said, I'm very satisfied with what we have here, guys. By the way, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention. Okay, this is crazy. I should have mentioned it earlier. I'm doing a giveaway. Go over to my Instagram, chance.dillon.author, and go comment on the video that I'm going to put over there. We're going to give away these proof copies, these very proof copies right here. Okay? We're giving these away. I'm going to sign them. I'm going to put a sticker in them. I'm going to send them out next week. One person is winning both proof copies, and they'll be coming out to you next week. Easy peasy. And then once I have some copies of the hardcovers, I will be giving those away as well, a pair of those. But for this week, we're doing the proof copies of the KDP paperbacks that have a line on it. This is not for resale. So that's like a real thing, I reckon. But either way, really excited for you guys to be able to win that. This is the coolest, I think, of the... Actually, I don't know. Blackest Heart is really cool. My gosh. Lonesome Crown. This is heavy. This is heavy. Dang. Dang, Brian Lee Durfee. I don't know if they had enough paper for you. This is probably really boring for you guys to watch as I just unwrap these things. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. And then, of course, The Forgetting Moon. Ugh, so epic. These covers are amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I'm giving away those 2 copies, the proof copies. The book's coming along great. If you guys want, go over to my website, sign up to the newsletter. We will have more updates on the writing there. You guys can sort of see the breakdown, see my thought process, see a little bit more of my reflections upon the writing. I also had another poem/song come to me a little bit called The Anchor or the Wind that I will be working on as well. Usually when I take a break from writing, that's some stuff. That stuff typically comes up a little bit more for me, which is also very cool. And then we got Richard Swan's The Infinite State. I mean, that is an epic cover. Just like the paint. Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, that is our Broken Binding book haul, I reckon, that we got right there. Holy heck, Didn't expect that. Well, I mean, I expected it. I actually, my plan was to wrap all those before I started recording this video, but here we are 9 minutes later, 10 minutes later, and I didn't do that. I decided to, instead of focusedly talking to you guys, I decided to unfocused talk to you guys and unwrap these gifts, per se. I'm really excited to give these away, guys. Go over to the Instagram page, chance.dillon.author. I will put a post up. I'll be wearing the same shirt. It'll be a video you guys can watch and comment on. It's my short form version of these videos. And yeah, I maybe will be a little bit more focused there as I'm not unwrapping gifts. But I hope you guys enjoy that about as much as anybody can. Because, wow. Anyway, as far as other updates, covers have been updated. The hardcover for the first book will be the last thing available. That's still in the approval process with Ingram Spark as far as the printing goes. As far as the dust jackets goes, everybody, for the new book covers, the dust jackets, I have a hardcover dust jacket for the first book that will fit that. So you don't have to order a whole new second edition hardcover. I'm working on figuring out how to get it printed, who to print it through. I've contacted Ingram Spark. I'm waiting for their customer support to get back to me. And then otherwise, I'll extend some other, see what other options I have to get those dust jackets printed. And so that way I can offer them for sale, maybe signed even on my website for you guys to order so it can fit your first edition book 1 and your regular hardcover book 2. Because I don't want you guys to feel like you have to spend another, $30, $35 on a hardcover. I'd rather just let you, spend maybe a third of that and get a signed dust jacket, and then that way I can give you that. I am also looking forward to getting the legacy editions for the third book taken care of. For those of you who have the first and second book in the old cover style, I'm going to do my best to make sure you guys have Justice Served and those legacy editions signed in through my website upon launch of the third book. Now, we are still ways away from that, although I am ahead of schedule by a couple months with the finishing of the first draft. Going into this draft, it'll be much smoother, I think, adding what I need to add. Usually when I know what the scene is that needs to be done in terms of, okay, I go back and I know I'm going to be writing this, it makes the process a lot easier, especially knowing what happens next. And I think going into the fourth volume with the narrow down of perspectives that we inherently have because of the deaths of characters in the third and fourth book, it will be very much more succinct and exciting to go through and write. And we really will narrow down the perspectives to 3 or 4 that I think will sum up the story the way that I desire to sum it up. And boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I guess it's sort of like a last man standing situation, huh? And you guys are along for the ride. Anyway, I'm going to figure out this trash situation and record my short form video, and I will see you guys over on Instagram.